You're listening to the Online Entrepreneur Experience with Jarrett Jenny and John Olson, aka Cheers.
Welcome back to another episode. I'm John Olson, aka Cheers. This is Jarrett, SWR Marketing.
How you doing today, John?
Doing amazing, man. How are you?
Good. Christmas Eve, and we got a nice day. I don't have that much snow. I don't know how cold it is where you're at. But, I just figured today we'd kind of scale back our podcast a little bit. We spend a lot of time teaching people and talking to people about different things that have to do with your success, whether that's being consistent, whether that's having a PMA, positive mental attitude, all that stuff. But it's all going to start in your brain. And if you don't realize the capability that your mind has, none of it's going to do you any good.
Absolutely, man. So yeah, we kind of skipped part one because we went through it ourselves. Went right to the advanced, of always having a positive mental attitude, and being consistent and all that. Yeah. Well, without believing in yourself, like you said, is just not gonna work. You're gonna constantly be tripping yourself up and just be like, I can't do this, I can't do that. I don't use the word can't in my vocabulary anymore. I don't know about you.
No, gotta, I was talking to someone the other day, and that's kind of what I thought about. I knew we were going to film in a couple of days, and I kind of was talking to them and introducing them to a lot of this stuff. And they were like, oh, well, I kind of think that's a bunch of hocus pocus. And I'm like, yeah, I can see where you would think that, but it's like, oh, I lost my train of thought here. So they said that, and I was like, yeah, but you struggle with depression, anxiety. A lot of the world does. And you see just how powerful your mind is in those situations. You're getting physically sick, you're crying, you can't get out of bed. If your brain can be that powerful that way, why can't it be just as powerful in a positive way?
Oh, absolutely. And it is the most powerful thing in the world. Yeah. You can take any situation and turn it into a positive. You just have to know how.
Yeah.
And the only way to experience that is to start doing it. You have to switch your mindset. Even if you tell yourself a lie long enough, you will start believing it.
Oh yeah.
Like, I am a millionaire. I am a multi-millionaire, so it's like huge.
Yeah.
Apologize for the background noise. I have people here for Christmas and all that.
It's all good.
Yeah.
I'm home for the holidays. This isn't my normal office. I'm in the basement.
I noticed that. Heck yeah.
But no, yeah. And it's a lot of it has to do with what you see, I get it. It's really hard to stay positive if you're constantly in a negative environment. And sometimes you can't control that. Maybe it's your job and you can't afford to leave right now. Maybe it's a crappy home situation. But we always have to remind ourselves that the only person responsible for the way that you think and the way that you react to situations is yourself. Yeah, all this bad stuff can be happening, but you have to control what you can control. And you can't stress the rest of it, as hard as that's going to be sometimes. But if you're in a negative environment, and so that's all you see, that's all you think about, you have to force yourself to have a positive mindset. Let's say you teach at a school and all the kids are just awful. They're disrespectful. They're lazy. And you start losing hope in the world. You're like, there's no good people. There's nothing good going on. You have to tell yourself that this world has a couple billion people in it. And there is good in the world, and you have to force yourself to remember that so that you don't get sucked down that same rabbit hole. That's how powerful your mind is. You have to use it to pull yourself out of different situations.
Absolutely, man. It's it. And that's just it. Surround yourself with positive people, because some of the most negative people in my life were the closest to me. I had to remove them.
Yep.
And that's, my old friends, all that. It was always negative this, negative that, lack mindset.
Yeah.
And I was the exact same way. I pulled myself out of that bullshit, because there's an abundance around every corner in this world. And once you start realizing that, it's super simple to keep your mindset on the right track, because it becomes a habit.
Yep.
Or your paradigm. I'm not going to get into that because that's a little advanced for newbies, but
I can make a slight spin off of that I don't think is going to get too complicated. But I think when people dive into some of this stuff and they start like researching and looking at different stuff like their faith or meditation or just mindset type material, they think, you start talking about, let's say, the law of attraction, and they're like, the law of attraction basically says that the stuff that you want is up here and it's always here. But if you're here, you're not going to get it. So you have to get your mind in a spot that's at the same place, right? I think some people go into that and they think, oh, there's like some secret hack that I need to figure out to be able to do it. But here's the hack. You start thinking positively and you're going to be more productive because you're positive and you're grateful and you start moving up. That's where the success comes from. It's not like there's some secret sauce that you're missing. The success comes from building that positivity on itself.
Absolutely, man. You're hitting every freaking pillar here. So,
I've been thinking about this.
Yeah, I can tell, man. I know we chat on the outs of this, obviously, and it's all blessings, and that's a massive part. Like I said, you're hitting all the pillars, man. Like you build yourself into the person that you need to become instead of just being like, I don't know why I'm not hitting these marks in my life. Yeah. When I'm not actually trying.
Yeah.
You can't sit on an exercise ball. See if I can balance a little bit here. And just be like, kumbaya, man, I want that Lambo. You can't do it. You got to start working towards your goal. And that starts in your mind.
See, and I like what you just said, because you can get yourself in a positive mindset and do your kumbayas or whatever it is. But the action that comes from that is when you're positive, you're going to want to be more productive, but you actually do have to move. And I think too many people skim the surface of this stuff and they think, well, when am I going to learn which video has the secret trick? And it's like, there isn't one. And once you realize that, you're going to figure out that your attitude builds you up. And that's actually what the formula is.
Absolutely, man. I think we crushed this, dude.
Yeah.
So I don't. We could go on for days on this subject. I mean, we could spin off it next week.
Yeah.
And just keep launching on this because I think it's huge.
It is.
To understand that it starts with your mind and then your body goes into action, which action, reaction, and all of a sudden you're making bank. Or whatever you're doing.
Yeah. No, it has to start there. And I think it's good if we scale this back and we touch on it next week again and just talk about how you can get some of that positive mindset stuff rolling for you, even if you're in a crappy situation. So I think this one was really good. You want to close us out?
Absolutely. This has been us. Episode, what is it now? Episode like 15 or something?
Yeah, 15, 20, something in there.
Yeah. All right. We don't keep track, but I'm John Olson, a.k.a. Cheers. That's Jarrett, SWR Marketing, a.k.a. Jenny. Last name, baby.
Yeah, I like that. We're going to have to adjust that now with our new platforms, but I like it, man. It's been good talking to you, and we'll see you next week.
Absolutely, man.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
Thanks for tuning into the Online Entrepreneur Experience. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any episodes that we're releasing and any of these amazing pieces of value that we're giving out. And if you could take the time out of your day and leave us a review, we would be so grateful. We look forward to seeing you on that next episode.